try to knock this little story out real quick before I get a couple pieces of 10th man's pound. Anyway, this one's called Man Charged with Hate Crime After Attacking a Black Teen. Man has been charged with a hate crime attacking a teen with disability. Dr. Rashad Ritchie discussed a dispute. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Let's get to it.
If you decide to start being racist and threaten teenagers, they may knock your ass out.
Yeah.
That may happen to you. That is a possibility. White people built this country. A racist spewed slurs at a grocery store, got decked by a black teen, and he gets charged with a hate crime. Good. A white Chicago man faces hate crime charges after allegedly attacking a black 19-year-old who has autism inside of a grocery store bathroom after telling the teen, white people built this country.
What the fuck?
Philip T. Jort, an ex-Marine who now works as a security guard.
Someone's like that.
Was standing
someone's like that hate crime some man got charged with for hitting a black teen with a bike lock last
Pete's
week.
Fresh Grocery Market when he allegedly began hurling racial slurs at the teen who was washing his hands. You see the picture. Now, this is an ex-Marine. He's a current security guard, and he decided to become aggressive with a random teenage teen. Jort allegedly tried to prevent the 19-year-old from leaving the bathroom. That's kidnapping. And punched him in the stomach while continuing to yell racial slurs, the newspaper reports. The 19-year-old exited the bathroom after a struggle in which he punched Jort at least once, knocking him to the ground. I don't condone violence, but I do condone self-defense.
Hell yeah. Anybody does.
And the only thing that's wrong with this story, other than the obvious, is that we don't have a person recording it. We do have the report. Here's more. Jort then followed the teen out of the bathroom and continued to throw punches, but did not make contact, prosecutors say. After two off-duty police officers working security at the store intervened, Jort called one of them a racial slur. Jort later explained that he does not have a problem with all black people, just certain ones when they act a certain way, according to prosecutors.
Oh, just a couple black. You don't have. This guy doesn't have a problem with all black people, but just certain ones. Like he's got a problem with this one, but not him. But he's got a problem with the autism one.
Courage get your
that one over there, but not this one.
He was intoxicated, according to him. I believe him. I won't debate that point. But that only made him more of who he actually was. It gave him the freedom. He was able to release the barriers. And he sees, think about this, a random 19-year-old kid simply in the bathroom washing his hands, a kid with autism, who acted in self-defense. Now, here's what I'm happy to report. The black kid wasn't arrested. The white man, the white racist male, went to jail, got charged with a hate crime. This is how it should go. Obviously, racist people should not do these things. But when they happen, when the unfortunate reality happens, they should go to jail. And they should be charged with a hate crime when there's a clear indication that this was all racially motivated. It happened the right way. This is not the norm, though. This is abnormal. This is the anomaly. Ms. Dahl, what are your thoughts about it, about this case?
You're right that it's great that he did get arrested, and he's going to be facing a Class 4 felony in Illinois, which would punish him 1 to 3 years in jail, $25,000 fine, education, and the family would be able to sue also as a result of this. But, you know, it struck me, too. We're talking about here an ex-Marine who had significant combat training. And the fact that he's kind of going after this 19-year-old is very disturbing. And also, the judge agreed with you there. I don't know why defendants sometimes claim intoxication as a defense. I've heard this come up before, and it never works. But, you know, the judge here said, actually, that was a truth serum. And, you know, thank goodness this is being prosecuted, and maybe this will at least change this one person. If indeed he gets some education training, maybe he will turn his life around. I mean, you could only hope.
Well, or maybe the ass kicking already changed his mind. Because I promise you, he's not going to run up on random 19-year-old black kids anymore. He won't try that again. So I think he's already learned somewhat of a lesson. Would you not agree?
I absolutely agree. I
love to see this fucking white dude go to jail and trying to confront a black man up when he served time in the penitentiary.
I thought, gosh, that teenager
got some really good
self-defense training.
It won't go down well. What do you think?
Yeah. So once again, we highlight these dynamics of our culture.
Prison politics is a whole different ballgame.
Because we have to turn around the narrative. It should be normative that if you are fighting a black teenager or anybody and you're launching racial slurs, you need to be charged with a hate crime. That enhances the crime. But then we have the ridiculousness in Utah of a 19-year-old college student who decided to crumple up a paper that said "back the blue." She gets charged with a hate crime for intimidating the police officer.
Yeah,
no violence,
that's unjustified.
No
this crime
is not
is
even
justified.
against the law in most states. It's just a really weird law there. But that's the game they play. So when you make an accomplishment or you push the needle in one arena, they come back and they say, "Oh no, we don't want you to have a hate crimes bill unless we have a hate crimes bill." They did the same thing in Georgia. Georgia passed a hate crimes bill 2 years ago, and the only way they could get it passed, I'm talking about Democrats, was to agree to allow the police to also get a hate crimes bill. The only way they would allow it to happen. Real interesting stuff.
Yep. Interesting stuff. Yeah, like you mentioned, like that teenager crumple back to blue fine, that's unjustified. This crime is justified. And with that said, I'm out of here. Mike John, peace out.